Podcast. Today we got a special video today. We at the BOLDEN Experience Camp. As you can see, it's just us three right now. Maul, he handling some business right now though, but we still gonna give y'all, that same energy, bring it with him not being here.
Hey, I just want to say thank you to my brothers. Thank you to Maul. Like, it take a lot to get these videos, and it's a big special video. So being able to knock this out is a great experience. I'm not gonna lie. It feels good to see some of the people that we play with, some of the coaches out here, some kids. Like, I remember when we was between these white lines, and it feels good to just be a part of this.
With that being said, I'd like to thank y'all for just keep supporting us throughout our journey. I know videos be dropping when our videos don't drop when y'all want them, but at the same time, hey, when we doing this stuff like this, it takes a lot of congregation to come together to do this stuff. So I want y'all to keep supporting us. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at 4Solo Podcast. Get inside. There we go. Get up. Finish though. Bend that corner.
See, we out chilling. Like John said, we gonna do this new podcast. We trying to help you. See, I got coach here right there. How you teaching the kids and everything, because it's not about us. It's about them. It's about the youth. It's bringing the youth up and uplifting the youth, honestly.
It's way bigger than you. They got so many people that we can affect. And if you got the opportunity to affect somebody, why not do it? Because the youth is the future. We the future. So if we don't go back into them, what our future will be like?
Look at our children. Look how many kids. Look how many kids they got our children. It's nice for real, I'm enjoying it.
Look, turn to the back. Stepping over life obstacles. That's what it's all about. In life, you always go through obstacles, but it's about how you step over. It's not about the obstacle. It's how you face it and how you overcome it.
But it don't matter. Listen, when you do what you do, it don't matter what nobody do. Right? That's my mentality. You understand? God ain't created me but for love that can stop me. And guess what? They ain't stop me alone. Come on.
Really every video is about Coach Up. He's the famous Coach Up.
How y'all doing? Man, Coach Up, Coach Up. Been coaching 20 years. It's actually my 11th year at Collinville, defensive coordinator. And I coach. Being out here made me realize how old I really am. A lot of kids, there's young men out there I'm coaching. Just to see them doing in college, finish college, some coaching and some doing the things on digital media, stuff like that. The best.
How you doing today? Hey, we here with Levi Lewis, UL alum, leader in passing yards, leader in passing touchdowns. Hey, Levi, first question, how you feeling today?
Feeling great, bro. It's a blessing to be here. Great energy. It's not raining. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good today.
So, Levi, let's talk about the experience today, but also your experience with playing football and just seeing all the young kids out here today.
So first of all, I want to say, Brandon Bowden, appreciate you for inviting me. Thanks for coming. Allie putting us together. Scholarville is always home, but it's good to have the kids out here, come out here, learn new things, move around. They ain't at the house just chilling. So it's a good feeling being around kids and having them excited, ready to learn. It's always a good feeling. My question I want to ask you, what's the hardest transition from high school to college? I'll say from high school to college, the transition is just the operation going from just classes. I'll say the workouts, you got to wake up a little early. Sometimes workouts is like 6 in the morning, sometimes late in the afternoon. So I'll say just the schedule-wise, you got to be prepared. But at the end of the day, I feel like high school kind of prepares you for it. You know, it's really about a mindset, you know, who you is as a person and how bad you really want it, you know. But I don't think it was tough. It was just, you know, just the change going from high school to college. Got to wake up early in the morning. I always tell my pops, he always say, put it in gear. You know, he used to wake me up in the morning during high school, but when I got to college, I always hear him saying, just put it in gear, put it in gear. Just wake up early.
So, Levi, what advice do you have for these young athletes out here today?
So I'll say advice I have for the young athletes, just don't lose what you've been taught. You know, when you've been taught from Little League, you know, from middle school all the way to high school, I was coached by great coaches. I was coached by Johnny Wright, recipe Johnny Wright, he passed away. I was coached by Coach Pat, he was my junior league coach. I was coached by John Mills. That was my really QB coach. He coached me with the Rams in Little League. So I say the biggest advice, just not losing, what you learn. Just keep on going and always gaining knowledge. There's always room for improvement. You never stop learning. You always keep learning. Even I got to high school, Coach Randall, Marcus Randall, and Eric Randall, they taught me. And I got coached by Coach Valdez and Coach Davis. Those were some great coaches. I was fortunate to, be coached by some great coaches. So when you got a great set of coaches, you being coached by some great coaches, you can soak in a lot. So that's the best advice I got for you. Just keep on learning and never stop learning.
So Levi, knowing you left a legacy on Scotlandville and you left a legacy where you played at in college at UL, tell me, what can you think about just sitting back in the chair and you chilling? What you think about the most throughout your whole legacy, knowing that you was a QB that did this, which one of the hardest positions is, and then most people might say you're undersized for the position. Tell me what was the hardest thing to think about?
I first want to just thank God. Thank God for blessing me with this ability. To have a mindset. Be around certain people. To be able to compete at a high level. Some people say it ain't on you, it's in you. I think the people that was around me, they mold me like my brothers. I grew up with I'm the baby boy, so I grew up with brothers that's older than me. It was just a blessing to be around certain people that molded me to be better. But I just give thanks to God. Making me who I am. Like my plan, it was already written. I just had to put it into work.
Yeah, right. Put it in gear.
Oh yeah, put it in gear. Take that with you, for real.
Thank you, Levi. We appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate y'all, bro.
What's up, YouTube? Today's guest, we have Brandon Bolden, two-time Super Bowl champion, cancer survivor, mentor to the youth, and also a great father.
Hey man, first of all, I just want to say thank you for just doing this. Like, we here at the Scotlandville, the one and only, like this home to many of us. They got a lot of important people who contribute to make this happen. And my first question I want to ask you is why? Like, what made you do this camp on this particular day?
Well, I ain't picked the date. That was all Allison. But no, I had been wanting to do a camp for years at this point. I never been home this long.
Yeah.
So I was able to kind of sit down and actually get a game plan. Allison came up to me and was like, man, you probably should go ahead and do the camp. And we put our minds together, and this is what we came up with. We're going to try to make this a yearly thing. We're going to try to do it, and we're going to make it bigger every year. We try to start small, and we had a great turnout. A couple of parents was upset because their girls couldn't come, which is cool. Girls do flag football. They could have came, but we definitely going to try to make sure the girls included and cheerleaders and all that. So we're going to try to have bigger crowds and make this bigger and better every year. That's the goal.
So what advice do you have for all the campers, but also athletes, youth, young athletes, and college athletes and high school athletes that's trying to be in a profession that you was in right now?
The easiest thing and the hardest thing to do is just listen. Is listen and learn. And you got to look at those who came before you, learn from their mistakes, see what they did do well, and see if you could do what they did well better. That's the easiest thing you could do, and that takes a lot of self-reflection and a lot of growing up. Fortunately for me, I got a lot of teammates that's out here right now is part of the reason I was able to go to the NFL and go to college and be a great athlete. A lot of coaches as well. So there's a lot of guys here that started here with me that got me on my journey. That was my biggest thing about coming back here, because this is where I started. So I feel like we get everybody, and we got a lot of people across Louisiana here. We got a few kids from out of state. So we're reaching out and trying to, get everybody to have a good time, learn a little bit of football, get back to the nitty gritty.
So I got two things here right now going on, since you got everything going with the camp and everything. And I see you was back there returning kicks and whatnot. So look, just like I asked you earlier, in this generation, what's your stats looking like in this generation as a high school season?
In a high school season, knowing what I know now?
Knowing what you know now.
Knowing what I know now, I'm easily getting at least 1,800 yards.
18, that's it?
And that's just rushing.
How many touchdowns?
About 10, 12. No, bro, look, and I ain't knocking on nobody, but the knowledge that I have now and how I know people are coaching the game, I cut up. You know what I'm saying? I was coached by one of the greatest coaches that probably did it in the NFL up, played with one of the best quarterbacks, so I learned a lot of football at the professional level. And the information and knowledge that I have now, going back and translate to the high school, oh yeah, I said something on fire to you.
Crazy work.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. And I know you play running back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you play running back. I play running back too. So here at Scotlandville. But the same thing I want to ask you is, what advice would you give back to a former running back? What advice would you give to a running back at Scotlandville? Like, just knowing that you had this legacy going, Trent had a legacy going, Crab, Gunn, Chance, everybody, all of them had a legacy going. What advice would you give a running back going right now?
Don't mess up a good thing. No, there's a lot of great kids that came after me, and I'm telling you now, I was by far one of the most proudest alumni because I'm in the locker room talking cash. Especially when I went to Ole Miss, we had 20 guys from Louisiana. Most of them was from New Orleans, but everybody knew about Scotlandville. Then when I got to the league, there was a lot of guys from LSU that knew about Scotlandville. Yeah. So we would always be back and forth about who was winning on Fridays and all that stuff. So I always paid attention. I always watched. You know what I'm saying? So that never stopped. But the best advice I could give any athlete, not just the running backs. The running backs, like, literally, don't mess up this legacy. Right. Like, it's a lot of legs that did a lot of leg work for y'all. Tried to make it easy. Just got to go out there and be you. Right. But as far as just for the athletes in general, respect everybody. Right. You know what I'm saying? Respect everybody. And when you out here between these white lines, make everybody respect you. Right. You know what I'm saying? And just when you think of it from that aspect, go about it being a good person. Now, like I said, inside them white lines, you do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? If it's in front of you, go around it. If it's too low, you go high. If they too high, you show them what's up. You know what I'm saying? Just hold on to that pill and get right. So that's advice I got to all the athletes, the running backs, especially coming through here. Much love. You're always going to be watched. And I'm going to stay on you. So I'm going to be around now. So, yeah, come on, come have fun. Come learn from a lot of great people. And, hey, man, let's put Scotlandville back on the map.
Today we with the CEO, visionary, founder of the Black House, Miss Allie Stacks. So I want to ask you, what was the whole reason behind doing this camp with Mr. Brandon Bolden today?
Well, both Brandon and I are graduates of Scotlandville Magnet High School. I graduated in 2005. He graduated in 2008, and this is long overdue. He's a NFL Super Bowl champion, two-time Super Bowl champion, and Black House Sports, you know, we're deeply embedded in the community, so it just only made sense to give back in this way.
She mentioned she graduated in 2005. I was born in 2005, okay, so that's crazy. And I'm also a Scotlandville alumni, class of 2023, the best class.
I don't know about that.
The best class.
About 2005, we were too live. You heard me?
I was just born. I don't know about all that. So my question is, how hard is it being a black entrepreneur, and not only that, being a woman black entrepreneur?
Well, you guys know this is a male-dominated field. Media, sports media alone is male-dominated. So just to be a female and to be able to, you know, exude this type of energy and this type of vision, it means the most to me because I played sports myself. I played here at Scotlandville. However, my career was hindered due to injury. I tore my ACL and I had another knee surgery soon after that. So, but my joy for sports never left. I always had a joy for sports, and you know, it just never leaves. You know.
I got a question. So, me dealing in my career with being I want to be a sports and a journalist. What advice you have for me?
The advice I would have for you is to be consistent. Even when you feel like it's not rewarding or the money is not there, your purpose has to be there. You have to know your why you're doing it. You know, you're not going to always get the accreditation that you want, the acknowledgement that you want, but as long as your heart is in it, as long as you're invested in it wholeheartedly, I feel like you're going to get more of a value from it more than a monetary value. It should be an intrinsic value that you feel from it. So consistency, that's the thing. Consistency and having a heart for it.
Self-reminder, stay consistent. Yeah. Thank you, Ms. Alice.
Oh yeah, it was great, guys. Yeah. Shout out to 4 Solo Podcast.
We back. We got Malcolm Roach, Texas alumni, current defensive tackle for the Denver Broncos.
What's good, man? Appreciate y'all bringing me on.
So, Malcolm, how you feel about like today with this experience, with the Brandon Bolden experience?
I think it's a real good event, man. B. Bolden, like a big brother to me, he was one of the first people I really saw like in the NFL and let me know that it was possible I could really get there and be able to do good things. And every time he put on the event, you know, he told me come around and support. And I want to come out here and show face, and man, it feel good to be back home, be around here.
So tell me about playing in the NFL and coming from Baton Rouge.
It's really kind of crazy because we got a number of people in the NFL from BR, so it's a small brotherhood, but we all stick together with. I feel like B. Bolden was one of the people that started it, like Collins, Landon Collins, and now me, Clyde, you know, P. Queen, all us trying to do a good job of carrying them out and show these youth that it's possible and they can make it.
I just want to ask you, with you playing for Denver right now, what's the biggest transition with you playing for the New Orleans Saints with the food in New Orleans and Louisiana to now you got to eat in Denver? What's the big difference?
It's real different because like when I played in New Orleans, I was at home, but I was an hour away from home, so my parents come up cook all the time. And, being in Denver, it's kind of just me. But the food is also, I want to say, a lot cleaner, not as much seasoning. I want to say, like, so keeping my weight down not really a big problem. I think the biggest real difference is just the weather. It's a lot more hotter down here. It's hard to start sweating in Denver. So, but I really like it a lot, man. I wouldn't want to be nowhere else.
Knowing you came from NOLA and playing with the Saints, and now you're in Denver and things like that on that nature. And you said you really had hands when you back then when you was playing. You used to scoring touchdowns. So I want to ask, what would be your touchdown celebration nowadays? Like, you feel me? Like, what would be your go-to celebration if you had a signature? What would you do?
So when I get a sack and stuff, now I throw a Mile High salute. Shout out to Terrell Davis, one of the GOATs I grew up watching, and playing in Denver. That's something that's real big. So I think I might go that route. But I know we'll have some like choreograph for real, like with the guys or something. Like we might pull out a skit or something, be acting like Drewski or something like that. Like it'll be crazy because I get the penalty. They go ahead and give me the penalty because I'm gonna cut up. This is my first and probably only time scoring one, so I'm gonna go get the penalty. Sean just gonna be mad at me, but we'll live with it.
Thanks. And like I said, you had went from being in college, you was playing D and D tackle. So I was asking about that bag, that different type of hand placement, that hand movement, going against bigger people, now going against like more compact people. You feel me? And taller people. So I want to ask, like, what was the difference in the transition? Like, how was the hard change?
I feel like the biggest thing was having to understand leverage. Me kind of being a smaller D tackle, kind of like having to grow into the role of being a D tackle. The leverage a lot different. You playing on the inside, so you can get blocked from both sides of the play. When I played on the outside, I knew the block was coming from inside out. It was kind of more like a one-on-one. So just kind of understanding the leverage of blocking schemes and stuff, and just getting them reps. The more you do it, the better you get. So I feel like I had my rough point my first 2 years, and then like my third year in New Orleans, I really got comfortable and broke out with it, and kind of flourishing at Denver with it, and look to kind of try to have my best year this year at it.
That's what's up. And who would you like to model your game after if you had to choose anybody from the league or Paris?
Man, I try to take stuff from everybody. When I was growing up, my pops made me look at John Randall a lot. Then getting to play with Cam and just understanding, hand placement, hand movement, work ethic. And then, just being around the league and seeing these guys, man, like seeing Aaron Donald warm up for games and things like that. Seeing, even some of the young guys, man, I love watching them. Seeing Jalen Carter go to work out there, seeing Tavondre Sweat, Byron Murphy. I don't think I'm going to just go out there and say, I'm going to just do what Malcolm Roach do. Nah, if I'm able to pull something from all these guys and, try to put it in in one bag and, you know, just try to work it that way, I feel like you can never stop getting better. At the end of the day, that's what you want to do, keep getting better. You never want to say, oh, I'm good at this. Nah, we want to keep working at this, keep working these skills, because if you don't use them, man, you'll lose them. That's something my coach always tell me. So just watching everybody, man, watching a lot of film, man, but I really love those guys I named, bro. Them the guys are different. I know it probably get to the point where I probably can't be what those guys are, because they just like God-given and different. But if I could just keep pulling little pieces of their game and adding it to mine, man, I think I'd be something nice.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So what words do you have for like the young athletes and also like the youth? Because I know you got your camp coming up, so
Yeah.
I just want to know like what you have to tell them.
The biggest thing I tell them, man, the advice I got, man, when I'm talking to guys like Danny Johnson and them, the biggest thing they tell me is like, man, just keep showing up till they tell you not to show up. And by that meaning is like, man, in this business that we in, everybody trying to get to the NFL, but my problem was like, oh, I'm trying to make it to the NFL, but once I got that, I had to understand, like, it's not about just making it, you got to last in it. And that's what it come, man. Just keep showing up, man. Just keep coming, keep trying to be your best. And it kind of go for like when you're in high school and going to college, man. Keep showing up and keep being the best, because you go start seeing guys drop off, and you always got to keep saying, man, they're going to have to put me out this building. They're going to have to run me out the weight room. They're going to have to tell me, man, you got to go home and chill, like, because you want to be the one that, you don't want to give them a reason for them to be done with you, man. So just keep showing up, put your best foot forward, and just know what we do is a little kid's game, man. Never stop having fun with it, man, because this game can be taken from you. And, man, you just want to every day enjoy it, man, because, man, I tell everybody, man, we get to go to recess every day for work, man, and, like, who wouldn't want to do that? And you get paid a lot of money, so it's real, real fun. People get to see you, man. Your parents get to see you on TV, but just keep showing up till they tell you not to, man.
Being a black man and being a black athlete from Louisiana, I feel like it's a lot of distractions, especially get to the point to what you got to making it to the NFL, making it to college, you know, just having the freedom of being able to do what you want. How hard is that, and what level of focus level do you need to get to that level?
Yeah, that was probably one of the biggest things, but I'm like really grateful for my pops for, and he was my coach in high school, but he just always told me, like, you go get to the point where you can't enjoy everything that all your friends enjoying right now, which, you know, is like little things like, oh, I want to go to this party and stuff like that. Well, you'll be able to go to a lot more parties when you're done playing this, because, you know, we got a goal and everything that we're trying to get to. Not saying I couldn't have fun. I mean, I went to Madison. We had a lot of fun at Madison, but just understanding, like, you got to try to separate yourself and how you gonna be different, man, you know. Especially being a black man from Baton Rouge, especially, man, from the South, when you get to go to college and get to go experience different things, you kind of see how different our culture is from a lot of people, how special our culture is. So you kind of don't take it for granted, and you also understand, like, you also kind of understand who you are, but just kind of knowing, like, man, it's gonna be a rough path, like getting to that point that you want to get to, but I tell you, at the end of the day, it's gonna be worth it, man. It's gonna be a lot of long nights where you by yourself and you gotta, man, I wish I could be out there turning up, and, you know, I'm trying to jig with everybody else too, but like my brother always tell me, man, they'll see your jig one day, and it's like, man, I get the jig on Sundays and stuff now, man. And, you know, it was worth it. A lot of friends, you know, and then you gotta have a good circle around you. Like, my friends kind of understood. It got to the point where my friends would be like, man, we coming with you, and we'll turn up while you working out. Like, we'll make the turn up for you, things like that. So having a good circle around you, having a good support system, that's one thing I think Baton Rouge for real. I could come home anytime and feel welcome, just like I did today, man. And, you know, it's people I seen from Pee Wee ball. I just seen Joe and them out there, man. Seen Nick. You know, you see guys from Little League, and it's real special because you still feel like you still got that same connection, bro. So just keeping a level head and just making sure you keep your head on straight.
last question from me. I ain't pocket watching or nothing like that, but I know we out here on grass and we doing this thing with the camp and whatnot. But I know I got on workout shoes.
Yo,
He got on workout shoes.
These the same ones he got on, huh?
He got on designer.
but listen,
He got
these workout Christians, man. These ain't number.
No, my bad. These Walmart.
Hey, using Chris Dior for workout shoes and rose gold on the neck. I ain't pocket watching, but I know you got some with you, and I think I might need a pair of them though.
Hey, see, that's why I tell everybody, man. I was playing for New Orleans for 4 years. Denver gave me a pay raise. Denver, everybody except a pay raise in their job. So, yeah, Denver took care of me real nice in that category, man. I was able to take care of my parents. Actually, just retired my mom like 3 days ago, man. Was able to buy a good piece of property out here, got a nice house and stuff, man. So, I feel like we doing real good in that category. We got a lot of business about to start in Baton Rouge and things like that. But and that's what at the end of the day. But you gotta understand, ain't none of this emotion go on without the work, bro. And that's one of the biggest things I always tell people. You gotta keep the main thing the main thing. Everybody wanna put on some ice, have some nice stuff on. But if you don't keep the main thing, it ain't gonna be none of that. And I feel like that's where a lot of kids get it kind of backwards, where they want that, but they don't want to do the hard part. Because I know all this material, but this could be taken away if I don't keep working, you feel me? So just got to keep working, got to keep doing what we do, man. Like Cam Jordan always told me from day one, keep the main thing, and everything take care of itself, man.
We appreciate you, for real, though. Keep doing what you're doing in the city and in the league, though.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all, boys, man.
We want to give a big appreciation to Black House, but also Brandon Bolden for letting us come out here today. We want to tell y'all, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe on our videos. Post Solo Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, everything. Honestly, thank y'all for watching the video.
Hey, he forgot to mention it, but just want to thank God for just waking us up this morning and getting us here safe. Like, that's the most biggest thing. Full Solo Podcast, it's too many names to shout out, but shout out to everybody, man. This big, this larger than life. We still in our beginning stages. We steady learning. We steady growing each and every day. And just stay tuned to the journey. I promise it's going to be greatness.
And like you said, make sure you follow us on our social medias, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Full Solo Podcast. Leave us up.
We out.